The Ocean Between Us. Chapter 2. The Song of the Deep. Episode 1. Drifting Between Worlds. Alara drifted. She didn't remember the explosion, not truly. Only light, a sound deeper than the soul. Then cold. Now, she floated inside a crystal sphere of air surrounded by liquid pressure so thick it shimmered like oil. All around her, light pulsed in rhythmic patterns. Blue, gold, violet, like a heartbeat, or a lullaby. The ruin had saved her. Or the creature had. She couldn't tell the difference anymore. In her mind, images flickered, cities beneath oceans, humans with gills, beasts that sang stars into being. She was not dreaming. She was remembering, not as Alara Voss, submarine officer, but as something more ancient, older than names. Episode 2. Kale's Descent. Kale Rourke stood aboard a stolen stealth cruiser, flanked by 3 loyal Marines and a scientist named Dr. Syra Lind, the only one who believed him. The Navy had labeled him unstable, rogue, dangerous. But he had Alara's voice in his mind, echoing like a prayer. With forged codes, he plunged into the deep, past naval tracking lines, into blackened waters that defied logic. Every sonar ping returned. Nothing. Then, for a moment, he felt her. Not saw, not heard. Felt. And he knew, he was going the right way. The Leviathan was waiting. Episode 3. The Garden of Salt. Alara awoke on a floor made of coral glass, in a room open to the sea. She wasn't drowning. The water bent around her like a second skin. She breathed without lungs. The chamber was a garden. Giant kelp trees shimmered like constellations. Schools of fish moved in sacred spirals. And there, sleeping on a throne of bones, was the Leviathan. It stirred when she moved. Not in anger, in awareness. She approached. Her hand reached out. Its eye opened. Massive, gold-flecked. It looked at her not as prey, but as kin. And the song swelled in her blood. Episode 4. Surface Shocks. Up above, the world spiraled. Storms broke weather patterns. Tides swallowed coastlines. Technology failed in localized pulses. Whispers of ghost ships and singing winds spread across naval bases. High Command declared martial observation zones around Trench 9. Dr. Lind showed Kale ancient manuscripts, oceanic mythologies from Polynesia, Norse sagas, and Sumerian scrolls, all describing the ocean's memory and the singers of the abyss. Alara was not lost. She was evolving. And the world might not survive what she was becoming. Episode 5. Communion. Alara stood before the Leviathan. It didn't speak in words. It sang in emotion, history, time. She saw flashes, the first sea tribes riding beasts like whales, singing with the Leviathan. Temples under the sea, a war that ended in silence, when the surface humans forgot. And the warning, the deep remembers. It forgives, but it does not forget. Alara realized something. The trench wasn't a place. It was a wound, and humanity had cut it again with the bomb. She placed her hand on the Leviathan's brow. The song surged through her, and she sang back. Episode 6. The Hunt Begins. The Navy sent a fleet. They detected Kale's cruiser. They believed he was working with a foreign power or worse, corrupted by deep-sea anomalies. He evaded them, barely, diving lower, forcing the cruiser past crushed depths it wasn't built for. Inside, the crew heard strange whispers. Hull moans. Cold air that moved like breath. Kale stood at the helm, eyes forward. He didn't care about the risk. He'd already died the day Alara disappeared. Now he was chasing resurrection. Episode 7. Pulse. Alara's body began to change. Not grotesquely, gracefully. Her lungs adapted to the pressure. Her skin shimmered with a faint, unnatural glow. Her thoughts came in patterns, harmonic, like the song. She was still herself. But no longer entirely human. The Leviathan offered her a choice: remain as a bridge between worlds, or return and warn the surface of what was waking. She thought of Kale. Of his voice, his touch, his stubborn belief in her. I have to go back, she whispered. The Leviathan turned toward the trench ceiling. A path began to open. Episode 8. Waking the Deep. Kale's ship reached the heart of the trench, and shut down. No power, no lights, only the humming resonance of something vast. His crew panicked. Dr. Lind prayed. Then, light pierced the black. Alara emerged, surrounded by water, untouched by the pressure. Kale ran to the observation bay, eyes wide. Alara. She looked different, ethereal, ancient, and yet, his Alara. She pressed her palm against the glass. And the ship came alive. Power surged, lights blazed, screens pulsed with unreadable data. And in the distance, something bigger than the trench moved. Episode 9. First Contact. Alara entered the ship. No suit, no gear. Kale met her at the docking bay, staring like a man seeing a ghost. Alara. I'm here, she said, voice like wind over deep water. They embraced, awkward, desperate, beautiful. She told him everything. About the ruins, the song, the Leviathan, the truth. The world was changing. Old forces were rising. And humanity had to choose, again, between fear and harmony. The ship shuddered. Outside, the Leviathan rose. For the first time in centuries, a creature older than history breached the surface. The world was watching. Episode 10. The Song of the Deep. News feeds exploded. A serpent over a mile-long surfaced and circled Kale's cruiser. It didn't attack. It didn't flee. It sang. Across the globe, people heard it, not with ears, but with hearts. Dreams changed. Animals responded. Tides obeyed. The ocean remembered. And in the eye of the storm stood Alara and Kale, human and not, leaders and lovers, chosen by the deep. They would not run. They would guide. Not just through war, but into a new age. Above them, the Leviathan sang. And the world listened. End of Chapter 2. The Song of the Deep.